Welcome to the new show that is going to be airing every Friday on the channel, replacing Madoka Magica, one Shaft show with another, while I also still have the Monogatari series running on Saturday. Great time for Shaft shows. Sangatsu no Lion, or March Comes In Like a Lion, which I'm very excited about. I know it's based on a manga by the same author as Honey and Clover, which I've never read or watched, but I'm excited for another Shaft show. I've heard great things about this one specifically. I know nothing about Shogi, but as far as I know, it's not really about Shogi. I'm just interested in learning about the characters and everything that they go through. And as for all the specific details of the plot, I have no idea what we're getting into. So I'm excited. Thank you to my patrons for voting for this show. If you don't know, if you check out the Patreon, link down in the description down below, you can vote for what shows I'm going to watch. I have 2 personal slots, 2 shows that I choose myself every week, but the other 5 shows are chosen by my patrons. Also, you can watch these videos very early if you go to the Patreon. Today is, what the fuck's today? November 27th that I'm recording this, and my immediate access patrons are going to be able to watch it today. So, yeah, check all that out. Thank you very much. But either way, we're gonna watch the episode and discuss it. So let's jump into a new show. Subtitles and timer are on the screen if you want to follow along that way, or you can pull up the episode on the side in full. But let's get into it. In 3, 2, 1, play. All right. Definitely a show that's been on my radar from recent years, so I'm glad to get to watch it. We have some tumultuous winds and seas, and we have our main character silhouetted. And I have seen / heard this opening before, and I love it. So I can't wait to watch the show and have context for it to make it even better. I like Bump of Chicken. It's already like an emotional opening with no context, so I can't wait to have it. I already did the Patreon promotion and all that, so I'll mostly be quiet and just listen to it either way. Because I like it. Visuals, too. I think the main character deals with some depression or stuff like that, which seems to definitely be communicated by this OP. Drowning, crawling out of it through the mud. I love the way this all looks. Going through this field of thorns. But these other people that being this light. Yeah, I love this opening visually and the song. So I can't wait to actually know more about the show. All right. Episode 1, Kiriyama Ray. 0, Ray. All right, we have somebody insulting him for being a 0. No home, no school, no friends, nothing. So it's like he's nothing. He's just a 0. How old was he when that was being said to him? That's a pretty traumatic, terrible thing to tell to the child. Was that his mother? I wouldn't think so. Why would she make fun of the name that she presumably gave him? Sister? Aunt? What was going on in his life where he had no home or school? He's clearly on his own now. In this little place. I like the art style a lot too, from what I've seen. It is Shogi, right? We'll see. I think so. Very slowly getting dressed. Not the happiest of expressions on his face. Gotta start the day. Very small, bland little place. White walls, nothing really going on with it. Doesn't scream excitement. Alright, seems like I'm gonna like the music in this show too. Visuals and art style are really cool. Just kind of following his day. Does he take the same trip every day? He's on the posters. Is that if he was on, I know he's like a big shogi guy. So if he was on like one poster, I might believe that that was diegetic, but being on all of them, that might have just been like a shaftism. That might have just been a visual thing. To the Shogi Hall. That was pretty atmospheric. That was nice. And that might be showing kind of the monotony of his day if he does that every day. Then wake up in the bland little apartment, slowly put on his bland clothes, take his little journey to the same place. He seems horribly unhappy. Like, look at his face. It's not funny. What is the... Is this an armrest? I don't know, Shogi. The calm mind is the way. Calm, whatever it said. Oh, hello, an older opponent? I believe he's like a prodigy. I think he's really good at shogi from what I've heard. So he knows him. You gonna say anything? Seems like it. Hot summer day. Okay, some flashback already. I guess he knew him when he was much younger. He won. You'd think he'd be in the middle. Alright, I don't know how much knowing shogi is required. I don't know how much they'll teach you as the show goes on, or if, the specific shogi matches don't really matter. It's more about the emotions of the characters behind them. Which is generally the case for sports anime, it's the characters that you get invested in, but you do also learn about the sport so that you know what's happening. But I don't know how in-depth we'll go into shogi rules. It would be hard even if they explain the rules, because the only thing distinguishing the pieces are the characters written on them. So if you can't read Japanese, then what do you do? You can't really watch what they're doing. Unless there were translator notes all over the screen, which would get too cluttered. Ah, he's so excited! A facial expression! Kill it with fire! Oh my god, he smiled! The finals. He's so excited. You see these flashbacks that, like, there's this brightness and, like, this bubbles and everything. It's like happy times. This girl resents him for winning. Now he was starting to feel sad, and it was all snowy with a scarf and everything. Things got colder with sadness. So yeah, like he was all happy and excited, but it seems like seeing his competitors sad from losing made him sad. Maybe there's more going on there, but that's what it seems like right now. And there was nobody there for him to be happy with, it didn't seem. Are those two kids? Ayumu and Kyoko? He hasn't said anything yet. Ah! What is that you've gotten better? Or that they're worried about you? I like the slowness. It's going along at a very relaxed pace. I like it though. It's kind of just seeping into my pores or something. It's atmospheric. From Hinata Kawamoto. Curry, fantastic. A lot of excitement going on in the message. There's a bunch of stars. He seems uninterested, but yeah. Oh, relatable. I'm not feeling so great. I'm gonna stay home. I don't even make up excuses, though. I don't even say I'm not feeling well. I just say, no, thanks. I'm just not gonna... But she kind of forced him. Just, can you bring over... She kind of ignored him. Maybe she's used to that and she knows. It's like, yeah, fucking shut up. Bring some vegetables. And so he did. He had no choice. Oh, hello. Ha! Does Hanakana... Somebody voices the middle sister. I don't remember who. Oh, yeah. Yep. I think so. Sounds like her. Pudding! Hinata's the middle one. Ah! Adorable! She just asked for vegetables. Boobs. Yeah, the middle one sounds like Hanakana. Of course. That's like every... Steins Gate, this, Psycho Pass, Demon Slayer recently finished. What else is going on this channel that she's in? There's one more, isn't there? The cats want food! They want food too! Monogatari. That's the other one. Jesus. That looks nice. It's a nice display. To their parents, because they don't seem to be here. Mom and Grandma. What about Dad? I like the character designs. I like how they all have the rosy cheeks. Itadakimasu! Oh! That's pleasant. Damn. He's surrounded by this happy family who cares about him, having a fun time eating. Holy shit! And all he can focus on is this horrible story on the news. And then you have like the depression spreading across his brain with that blackness. So, yeah, what exactly is the relationship there? Look at that. Everything is just kind of fuzzy. Like he's looking through this mess. Damn. So that's it's not his father, but it kind of treated him like a son at one point. I don't know. I don't know all the details. But like beating him to him apparently felt like punching him. Like he felt bad for winning, it seems. There's a lot to unpack, even just in this one episode alone, that I can't wait to learn more details about later. The cat is drooling. Okay, so they got a grandpa. He's still around. I don't know if the dad just works often. Maybe he left. I don't know. Just passed out, huh? Yeah, he won his match. Got to have a great dinner with friends, and yet he barely eats, passes out. I think. Am I right that the author of this manga, like, she said that, like, she only wanted it to be an anime if Shaft would do it? I think so. Am I thinking of that? Might be something else, but I think that's this series. And he's crying. That's what I would say though. If I had a manga, I would say I only want Shaft to do it. If it was an action manga, I might say Bones. Could say KyoAni, depending. There's other options, but Shaft would be high priority. Shaft can do action too. Pro Shogi. Damn. Yeah, there's like a lot. Whoa, chapter 2? Oh, I thought we were done. Okay. I was like, was that really a whole episode? But the chapter came up again, so I thought it was the end. But no, chapter 2 is happening, so okay. Let's keep going. Hi. That's terrifying. Why is it an owl cat? Cat owl? God damn. I like how drastically different this is from the beginning. Like the slow paced walk throughout the city. And now you get these cute girls at this very bright poppy environment and running quickly to get to school with rice. But it just kind of shows the difference between them. That was him by himself, and now he's surrounded by this happy environment. These people in his life. Damn. And yet he's just kind of like this depressing thing in the middle of it all, focusing on a guy getting murdered with a hammer. Okay, there's a lot going on here. All right, she's off. Bye. And there's what's the fucking owl cat? What is it? What is that? Why does it look like that? He's just got a soccer ball of rice. Oh, yeah, maybe try. Gotta have that window seat. Stare out the window. Eat by himself on the roof, of course. With some teacher. It's a shame. Okay. Has he won all those? I don't know how much a pro shogi player makes. Just judging by his apartment, he doesn't have much, but that might not be because of income. That might be because of personal issues. Damn. You make more than me. Fuck you. I'm leaving. Make some other friends. I got stuff to do. Pro ever since junior high. Yeah. Hi. At least he has these people and he has something else to do and something else to focus on to occupy his time a little bit. Nice. I like him in the bandana thing. Turns out it's a Barakamon crossover. Spirited Away? I'm sure you look at how cute she is. Yeah, you can't deny that. Come on. Momo. I don't know the booby one's name yet. The big one. The adult one. I don't know if they've said it. Got Hinata and Momo. The little one is so cute. Momo. Sounds like she's voiced by an actual child, although I'll look that up. Hello, scary man around the corner. Did you just take his mail? I think that's a federal offense, sir. Okay, what a cliffhanger. This man took his mail. All right, so let's see what the ED is all about. Yeah, I like that a lot. I don't know how on the right track I am about some of the things I was thinking about, but that's all stuff that I'll see as I watch more and get more detail. Just kind of giving my impressions of what I've seen so far and how I feel like it's going to go. But so far, yeah, that was really, really good. It's very, like, quaint and simple, but it was really, really good. I like my bump of chicken. I like my shaft. Sounds weird when I say it like that now. The ED's nice too. Yeah. Alright, I'm excited. This is not going to be the kind of reaction series where I'm like, oh shit, did you see that fucking action scene? But, you know, it'll be the kind where I can talk about good characters, I think. That's exciting. That's actually probably more exciting. For some. Yeah, like that was a very, very solid premiere. Don't want to watch the preview, so we're going to stop it there. Let's talk about that. Alright, that's the first episode of Sangatsu no Lion, and I am very much excited to watch more. I thought that was a great introduction for what it is, being such a down-to-earth, simple start. It was really effective, and that's mostly because of Shaft, probably. I'm really excited to be watching another Shaft show. From what I've seen from them, I've loved it. Just the visual style that they bring, everything that they do. I haven't seen what the manga looks like, so I don't know how much it may have changed in adaptation, but just from what I see here with this art style, the backgrounds, the character designs, it just looks so good. I love the OP. The ED is good too, song and visuals, but I love the OP. Like I said, I had heard it before, I had seen it before, and I can't wait to watch more of the show and get more context for it and feel even more emotional from it. I feel like it's already emotional just on its own. I just really enjoy it a lot, and this gives me a lot to think about in terms of what's going on with the main character here, where it's going to go. There are a lot of details that are hinted at, but the full explanations will have to be saved for later. And it's just really atmospheric. Like, it's very slow-paced. A lot of it is just Rei waking up in the morning, he's going to the Shogi place, we watch his whole journey there. It's really taking its time and just letting it all soak in, and I think it just did a great job of that. It looked so nice, the music is so good, not just the OP and ED, but the songs they play in the episode. And it's intriguing immediately. And you can already tell there's like serious, genuine, emotional drama happening with the main character. And so I am excited to see what's going to come of that. Some great character drama. I've never read or watched Honey and Clover, but I've heard that that's pretty well liked as well. So can't wait to see what this author brings. Like I said, I think I heard that this author of the manga only wanted this anime to be made if it was going to be done by Shaft. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard that, which is completely understandable. And so, yeah, I didn't mind the slow pacing at all. I think it really let us get into the mindset of the main character. Seeing him so far, he seems to be pretty depressed, and I love so much of the imagery associated with that. The way the episode starts off just immediately sets that mood with the images that we see, and then the OP, and seeing him just wake up, and it's going slowly, he's dressing, putting on his bland clothing, living in this small, bland, empty apartment, going throughout his day. And again, I don't know how often this is the case. I don't know what his day-to-day life totally is, but it seems like it's really kind of meant to represent sort of monotony, just like doing the same boring thing every day. And I love some of the Shaft touches, like the posters on the train of him, which I feel like are not meant to be literal and diegetic. That's just a visual thing, or just the cat's talking. Maybe that was done that way in the manga as well, or the owl cat, something like that. That's where I feel like, yeah, Shaft is perfect. Like it's an owl cat. I would think of that in a Shaft show, in like an original Shaft show. So the fact that there's something like that in the manga, it matches perfectly. But Yeah, there's just so much that we don't know about this main character's backstory and everything that he's going through, so I'm left to speculate about a lot of the details for now, but I don't know how much joy he gets out of Shogi here. He's a prodigy, he's been pro since junior high, he's living on his own, he seems to make more money than his teacher. I don't know how much exactly. I don't know if he's well off at all, if his lack of anything in the apartment is just because of his personal taste / his depression and everything that he's going through. We have this flashback with someone who is being horrible to him when he's presumably very young, talking about how his name is so fitting because he's basically no one in this world. He has no home, no school, no friends, and I don't know who this person is. I wouldn't imagine it's his mother, because she makes fun of his name, and that's probably wouldn't be the case, because she probably would have had a hand in picking that, and if he had no home, why? It is probably not, but you never know. Could be like a sister. I'm guessing aunt, or maybe not even a blood relative, maybe just somebody that he stayed with, because we see that there are people that were like a foster family, maybe something like that. The guy that he played Shogi with and his 2 kids, they talk about how that guy's like his dad, but isn't actually his blood relative. So that guy might have been like an adoptive father, foster father, something like that. Maybe his parents died. Maybe this is a woman that he lived with, just like another foster person who was there. I don't know. But either way, he's clearly moved out on his own at this point, and he mainly associates with these 3 sisters and their grandpa. Their mom and grandma are dead. I don't know about the dad. I don't know if he works a lot, works overseas, if he left the family. I don't really know. But either way, to have that told to you by anybody at such a young age, first of all, I don't know what the hell the situation was. Like, was this like, if his parents died, was this like right after that happened? When she says you have no home? Or is she just making fun of him being like an orphan or a foster kid? Like, you don't have a real home? Like, he didn't go to school and he didn't have friends? And he seems to really take it hard when other people lose at Shogi, even though that's what happens. That's a natural consequence. If somebody is going to win, somebody else is going to lose. And that's why I say I don't know how much joy he gets out of it anymore. It's nice seeing those flashbacks where everything is bright and he's really smiling and excited, and that contrasts pretty hard with how he is now. For the first good chunk of the show, he was just like, and he didn't say a word until he eventually said, "That's a lie," and it was jarring to hear him speak. But yeah, he seemed to take it hard when he saw the reaction of, I guess, his foster sister or something take the loss pretty hard. He's like, "Oh, I won," but then like the realization sunk in, oh, this means other people are going to lose, other people are going to feel pain. And it seems like he maybe never got over that. I love seeing his vision like clouded by what could be seen as literally his hair, but also just like something fogging up your vision in a depressive state. But saying that every move I made against his foster father type guy felt like he was punching him. Like, apparently this is something he never got over, and that just got worse. Like, it seems like it hurts him to win against other people. He feels bad for doing it, from what it seems so far, but he keeps doing it, maybe because it's what makes him a living, maybe because it's what is expected of him, because it's all he has, maybe it's the only thing he's good at, and he does like it deep down, or remembers a time where he liked it, but it just causes him more pain now. I love the juxtaposition with the girls, too. It's all bright and poppy and excited. I love their character designs. They're really cute. The blushes on the face. The oldest sister is pretty attractive. The little sister is super adorable and cute. The middle one is Hanakana. And you just have them, like, especially in the morning scene when she's rushing to school and everything's hectic all over the place and there's so much going back and forth, and he's like, I don't know. And so he is just kind of thrust from his quiet, slow, contemplated, depressive state into this much happier, poppier environment. And that's a really nice juxtaposition, just showing him in the middle of that, especially with the dinner scene. I loved that scene in the morning, just how hectic it was and showing how different that is for him. But with the dinner scene, how he's surrounded by these people with this good food, and all he's focused on is this horrible news story. And it relates because it's talking about a father, and that's where we get the flashback about his father. But also I think it's kind of showing that that's the kind of thing that he zeroes in on. But that's just kind of where his mind goes, rather than enjoying the fun times around him. For him to win his shogi match, have a great dinner with these people. I don't know how they know each other exactly. I can't wait to find out all the details of these people's backstories. But either way, it should be a good day, and yet he's so pale, he barely ate, he passed out, and then we see that he had tears in his eyes. So it's not really going that well for him. But yeah, we get the slow cliffhanger at the end where this guy took his mail. All right, we'll see what the deal is with that, I guess. Those kind of tonal shifts are something that happens a lot in anime, and it's very varied how well it's done. I've seen a lot of anime where the tone shift is so jarring. I remember Bungo Stray Dog Season 1. I remember having that problem. Drifters, just random little things I watched a little bit of here and there that I remember that standing out a lot in, where you'll have something really dark going on, then it'll go into this like weird comedy scene where the background gets all bright and poppy, and there's like doop-de-doop-de-doo music, and it's like, what? But it can also do it really well when it's done purposefully, or in a funny way, or depending on the intention, really. And here, it really just shows like the contrast between his life and them, and him being put into their environment and kind of forced out of his lonely state when he's around them. And I really liked that. Like I said before, I don't know how much it'll focus on the shogi itself. I think it's definitely meant to be a character piece, and for us to get to know the characters and watch them grow. But we'll see how much it teaches us about shogi as well, because I know it's not maybe, I don't know, is sports in the tags? Is it technically a sports anime? Maybe, depending on who you ask. I don't know how often he plays shogi, how often that plays a role in the story. But comparing it to other sports anime or ones that are focused around games like that, even when they do focus heavily on the characters and that's what gets you invested, you do also still learn the rules of the game a lot of the time, so you know what's happening and you know what they're doing. So when they're about to win a match or something, you understand that, oh yeah, they're about to win a match, I like them, I can get excited. Here, I don't know how much that'll be the case. Like I said in the reaction, even if they start explaining some things about how shogi works, the pieces are all exactly the same except for the characters written on them, and they're in Japanese, so you might not know what they say, so you might not know what they're doing. So I don't know how important the shogi playing is going to be. Even if it ever is relevant where you need to know what's happening, I still don't think it's going to be the main focus. I think it'll be perfectly fine to watch and understand without knowing anything about shogi. There was that one scene where Hinata texted him to come over. I was wrong about what I thought happened there at first. I thought he sent his message where he said, nah, I'm not feeling well, I'm going to go home, which, again, extremely relatable. I thought she just ignored that and just said, hey, bring vegetables, which would have been funny and might even hint to more depth of their relationship, that maybe that's the kind of thing he does often, and maybe she's learned that he's lying, just ignore him, it's better for him if he comes over. But looking back at it, it seems like he didn't actually send his text yet, and she sent him the other message while he was still typing his, so he decided, okay, fuck it, I'll go get the stuff that they need. So that's what happened there. But yeah, I love the visual style. Like I said, it really communicates so much with just the atmosphere and the visuals that Shaft has established here. Like, it tells you so strongly what kind of stuff Rei is feeling without needing to say much of anything at all. It's just really great. I love so many of the visual touches, some that I've touched on already, some other ones like when the black covers his face when he's focusing on that news story, or like in the past, like I was saying, everything is bright and you've got these like bubble effects going across the screen when he's super happy, but then you immediately cut from that to the girl being sad and them walking away and Rei starting to feel sad too, and suddenly those bright poppy bubbles are now snow, and now he's suddenly wearing a scarf, and it seems to be, maybe that is actually a different day, but either way, it's clearly meant to represent, oh, things got colder, things got sadder, whether that literally happened on a different day and it snowed. It's obviously meant to represent that, and if it wasn't literal, then it was just visually meant to represent that. So yeah, I can't wait to see what Shaft delivers here visually with more of the music, and just to see how on the ball I am about the stuff that this character has went through. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of surprises in there, a lot of details, and you're going to have other characters. The few that we've met already, there's clearly a lot going on there, and more introduced in the future. What will their backstories be? Where will they progress? The title of the series comes from the expression, March comes in like a lion, goes out like a lamb, which as far as I know is about the weather. Like March, the beginning is coming off of winter, might still be kind of cold and shitty, but then it warms up, and by the end you're starting springtime, so things get sunnier and happier. So Ray is going to be all depressed, and then hopefully as it goes, he can go out like a lamb. It feels like there's a lot more to talk about, a lot more to speculate about, but I think I'll leave it around there for now. It feels like there was a lot. It feels like they packed a lot of content into this one episode, even though it was slow paced and there were scenes of just him traveling. Even though it's such a simple, quaint premise, it feels like there was so much, and there's so much like emotional baggage to unpack already, because they just did such a good job of establishing things, without having to like all throw it in your face and just have people tell you things that are happening. They did a good job visually and just with the story, like showing you what this character is going through and what his life is like, and getting you intrigued to see where it's all going to go. And yeah, there's just a lot that I'm excited for. What's his relationship really like with that foster family or whatever? Because I think when he said that's a lie, what he was responding to was when the guy said that those other kids miss him or whatever he said. I think he was talking about that. So are they not really on good terms? I don't know. There's a lot of intrigue. There's the scene with the teacher on the roof, him working in the shop. Like, it feels like they were able to pack a lot into this, and hopefully that continues. Hopefully there's always a lot to think about and talk about. And yeah, I was very impressed by this first episode. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot, so I can't wait to see more. Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments without spoiling things. I know there's a lot to speculate about his state of mind or details about his past, but you know, that's all stuff that's going to be expanded upon and revealed as we go, so of course I want to see that as it happens, so don't go into spoilers or anything, but just with the stuff that we've been presented so far, leave your thoughts, spoiler-free future thoughts if you'd like, about Shaft's visual style, anything else, Honey and Clover, what's that like? Anything you want, and we can talk about it some more down there. So yeah, thank you very much. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. The series will be coming out every Friday. Check out the Patreon if you want to see them early. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.